Most founders drive most of their revenue from the front end of their business. Better offers, higher prices, more volume. But the clients that you're already closing are almost always worth more than what you're getting from them. They just need the right experience after they pay you to stay longer, refer more, and upsell faster. And that experience starts in the onboarding process, or what I like to say is the first 72 hours after somebody purchases from you. It is the highest leverage moment in the entire client relationship, and most founders aren't even using it. But the problem is delivering a really solid experience in the onboarding that is customized, personalized at scale, and systematically for every single client. So this video is going to show you a step-by-step process for delivering a customized onboarding experience made personal to them for every single client in your program in under 30 minutes without sacrificing the personal feel that increases LTV. So before we get into the system, let me show you why this window matters so much for LTV. When a new client pays you, 4 things need to happen within the first 72 hours for them to become the kind of client who stays, refers, and buys more. The first is they need to feel safe. They need to know that your team is paying attention, that they won't be left guessing on what to do next, and the experience that they will have will match not only what they were sold, but also what was implied on the sales call. The second is they need clarity, and this doesn't mean a portal full of videos. This is a specific personalized plan for their first handful of days or weeks that's built around where they're actually starting, not just where your ideal client starts, and what that early experience is supposed to feel like. And this one's really important. The third is they need a win. They need one small action with a visible result attached to it that they can point to and say, I did this, and it worked. That moment is the single most important part of onboarding because it shows that not only do you deliver on the promises that you made, but you delivered it in under 48 hours, sometimes just within hours after somebody says yes, which creates massive, massive emotional equity. The fourth is they need identity. They need to feel like they belong to something, not like they bought something. And this can be as easy as one intentional introduction to a peer who's dealing with the same things and at the same level that they are. When all of those things happen in the first 72 hours, the client feels grounded, they trust the process, and most importantly, they put in the discretionary effort to get the results. And a client who gets the results stays longer, buys more, and refers more people. And that is the connection between onboarding and LTV. It's the moment where you can either intentionally build a lot of emotional equity with every client at scale systematically, very quickly, or the moment you leave completely up to chance and you allow a client's own insecurities and fears to dictate what they think about you for them. So before you build anything with the new AI system, you need 3 inputs for every client. The first is the sales call transcript. The second is the onboarding intake form. And if you don't have one built yet, you can use these 5 questions that get you all of the information you need. What's your current situation in 1 to 2 sentences? What are you most hoping to get out of this program? What have you tried to do before that hasn't worked? What are you most worried about going into this program? And what would make this feel like a complete success in 6 months from now? And the pro tip here is to actually take this sales call transcript and have AI fill this out for them and then send it to them and ask, hey, I just wanted to make sure that all these answers were correct, for an added layer of personalization. And the third thing that you need is your baseline orientation template. This is simply the standard document that your team uses to structure the onboarding experience for the client. And again, if you don't have one, just set up these 3 sections. The first week's action steps, and this doesn't mean what videos to watch, this means what to complete, what you're going to get as a result of completing that, how it's going to feel when you're completing it, the really holistic, inclusive experience of what the first couple of days to a couple of weeks are going to feel like. What to ignore, and this is just as important because you need to tell people what to do as much as you need to tell them what not to do, and a roadmap describing how those early weeks are going to feel. And this is the section that most offers skip, but it's one of the most important because it completely removes the anxiety around being lost or not being in the right spot. Those 3 inputs are going to go into an AI trained on your IP and your frameworks altogether. And what comes out is a personalized resource, references what this client said, maps their first couple of days or weeks, and normalizes the emotional experience in the exact language that they told you on the call that they were looking for. So this is exactly how to run it for every client. Step 1 is you drop the sales call transcript, the intake form, and your onboarding template all into your custom AI. Step 2 is you use a prompt that instructs the AI to do 4 specific things. Reference at least 2 or 3 things the client said by name, build their first week plan around where they're actually starting, not just where you want them to be starting, name the emotional experience they're probably going to have the first couple of days or weeks, in language that matches what they said and what they were worried about when they came in, and tell them clearly what not to touch yet, framing it around the specific things that they said that they want to do and noting that it's premature for where they are and how they want to get started. Step 3, the output's not going to be perfect. It's going to be about 80 to 90% of the way there. You have to have a human pass on it every single time. And step 4 is you send it within 24 hours of payment. The client receives something that reads like you spent hours putting it together and you built it specifically for them, but your team spent maybe 10 minutes on it. So if you want to know exactly what your onboarding process is missing and where it's costing you the most, comment the word audit below and I will send you a fully personalized breakdown of the back end of your business and tell you exactly how you can be making more profit from every single client that you close.